So this guy's video, he shows a story of a black man who shot a woman he barely knew. He's a black male. He's not a man. He's a fucking male. He's a coward. But he killed this woman, this black woman who was like 5 years younger than him. She was 24. He was 29, I think. Based on this YouTuber, because I haven't looked at the story in depth, but based on what this YouTuber is saying, they didn't know each other that long. And this YouTuber, who's a black male, surprise, surprise, is blaming the black women for picking these shit guys. It's our fault that we keep ending up dead at the hands of these guys. Not the guy's fault. It's not the black guy's fault for killing us, for being murdering psychopaths. It's our fault for choosing them. And so he has this question he keeps asking, what is it about them? Why would you pick these guys?
Like, nobody's perfect, but she always made you smile and always cared.
Gwinnett County Police confirmed sample and 31-year-old Ray Evans came to this Prospect Church Road house Sunday night. Within hours, she was shot in the head. Her boyfriend of just a few weeks, gone. Detectives say there was at least one other person in the house at the time.
There was witnesses at the scene that detectives are interviewing as well.
I told her, don't let that kindness fool you. He's a snake, but you know, they gotta learn the hard way, and I'm sorry. But maybe I should have told her to stay away. Maybe I could have did more.
Court records I found show Evans spent several days in jail for terroristic threats last year after threatening to shoot his former landlord. She told me by phone he became increasingly violent, and it took several officers to get him out of her house. For Cleo and his family, there's some comfort knowing Evans is behind bars again.
I feel better, but you know, justice is served. Can't complain, but still, why my sister?
And jail records show Evans was booked here into the Gwinnett County Jail in under 2 hours ago. Live in Gwinnett County, Tony Thomas, Channel 2 Action News.
Today is Tuesday, September 21st. The year is 2021. That news report you just saw was a very interesting report of a young woman, 29 years of age, who unfortunately was shot and killed by her 31-year-old boyfriend. I've seen these incidents happen so frequently over the past few years, at least maybe once or twice a week, where a black woman is killed by her husband or boyfriend or significant other, or shot or murder-suicide. It happens so frequently now that I have to ask this question, because I see this happen so frequently to my black sisters who I happen to love and care about. Black women, are they making bad decisions about the men that they're choosing to have relationships with? Is this what's happening? How could so many black women end up dying at the hands of a man that they met just a few months ago, or they started dating, and did they not realize this man had some mental health issues or was violent? Did he have a gun? Are black women choosing these violent sociopaths? I'm just trying to understand it, because I'm seeing this over and over and over, and there's always the black woman being killed at the hands of a black man, and it's happening so frequently. You all have got to see these reports. It happens everywhere. It's not just Atlanta, but it's happening everywhere. These black men, they start dating these women. They don't even know them a long period of time, and they end up killing these women, or committing suicide themselves. And it happens so frequently. I'm trying to figure out, well, what is the deciding factor that these women choose these men? That guy wasn't a bad looking guy you saw in that news report. He's only 31 years of age. Was he working? They didn't go into the details of that, and they said they met over some app over the internet. And she wasn't a bad looking woman, so she met some fool over the internet, and they started having some type of, who knows, relationship. But just that quickly it went south, that it ended so bad, so fast, that he felt that he had to kill her. Was this man crazy to begin with? Are black women drawn to these violent sociopaths? And see, I'm getting to think black women are making some very bad decisions in the men that they're choosing to lay up with. And it's showing, ended up within them losing their lives behind us. Because I don't understand why this man, what was the point of him? He didn't even know her that well. They only known each other a couple of months. And that's what I don't understand. Well, they only knew each other a couple of months, so why would he go that far? But again, I've seen this happen over and over and over again here in Atlanta and various other cities. And we can't just ignore it because we don't like the way it sounds. Black men killing black women. It's happening a lot. To the point that it's starting to get like, okay, something's not right here. Why all these black men, and we know, of course I can hear y'all sitting over there now, you know all the white people do this too. Yeah, we know white folks do it too. But right now, y'all, we can talk about what white folks do all day long, but they're not killing their wives and girlfriends at the rate the black men are killing their wives and girlfriends. This is starting to get ridiculous. And as a black woman, y'all need to be very careful before you end up the next victim of an angry black man. It's sad. I mean, y'all, I'd rather see my sisters date outside the race and to continue to put their lives at risk dating these black men who don't have any problem at all, with killing them for no reason. You just have to wonder what goes on through people's minds and head that this is acceptable behavior. But again, are black women choosing these men? Do they know that these men have guns? Are they fine with them having guns in their presence? Do they know these men go off at the drop of a dime? Do they know they have no type of control over their anger? That these men don't have no way to resolve conflict resolution? If you were the man, he constantly got to have a gun with him, and he yelling and going off about the little shit, and you continue to stay there, do you realize that you're putting yourself in harm's way because you might be the next person he's going off on, and you might be the person he shoots next? So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why these black men, these women in particular, are choosing these black men. You know, where are the good guys at? I know they exist, but I think black women are making some really bad decisions. Who they decide to bring home to their homes or into their lives, and this ended up. I have seen this happen so frequently, y'all. I sit back in shock. I've seen this happen over and over and over. And I'm sitting here trying to find the news report because I wanted to read some of it. I can't locate it. I just had it. Let me see if I can find it here on my laptop. I see it, but it's not allowing me to. Chocolate and cookies and you know, he's a psychopath. And there's a lot of these psychopaths out there. So it's a whole bunch of these psychopaths. Damn, coffee all over the place.
Well, let me tell you why we would pick these guys. When I was growing up, my parents told me I was not allowed to date outside my race. They did not want to see me with a white man or an Asian man or Hispanic man or any other race of man. I had to be with a black man. I watched my dad abuse my mother. I watched my uncles abuse my aunts. I watched my brother-in-law abuse my sister. And at some point, you think this is what they all do. And I told myself that would never be me. Until 7 years ago, it was me. And then you grow up in a culture where you get berated, you get degrading, derogatory things said about you for, God forbid, being a single mother. So when the guy abandons the kids, the black woman is wrong. When a black woman has to flee for her life, so now she's a single mom because she had to flee an abusive situation, she's wrong. If a black woman stays, so she isn't labeled a single mother, and then she ends up dead, she's wrong. Are y'all getting the pattern here? Like, are you getting the picture here? Basically, no matter what a black woman does, it's our fault. So God forbid, you meet a guy and you think he's this great guy. You take him at face value. Apparently, no, you can't do that, people. You can't do. We now have to run background checks on black males. We have to date them, I guess, for a year and basically study them like they are a specimen. They're our subject. They're our patient. So you're supposed to be studying him, ladies, okay? That's what all the black guys and the pick-me, mammy, black females are saying, is that we're supposed to be studying these guys, apparently, for like a year and doing background checks as well. We're supposed to be doing all these things that like no one else has caught. So you have the educated lames like Rajay Sharif Black, who had a CRNA license. He was a nurse anesthesiologist. And somehow people were supposed to know he's crazy. I went on Facebook. Everyone, who knew him, I can't believe he would do this. Nicest guy ever. One white woman was talking about how he used to always defend her and stand up for her when she was being bullied. Just nothing but rave reviews about this guy, Rajay Sharif Black. These are people who knew him for years. They grew up with him. But somehow this YouTube guy, let me show you his face. Walter Lee, 71,000 subscribers. Somehow he and so many other black males think black women we're not doing enough. We should have known some way, somehow, that we were dating a narcissistic psychopath. Somehow we're supposed to know the red flags. Like, I feel like if I'm supposed to be studying you that much, I should not be with that guys in that race, period. I have to do all this background checking. Like, maybe it's just done. We don't need to be dating black males. And even this guy said it. He was like, I'd rather you date outside your race. And I agree. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Absolutely. Because if you have all these people, which I see all the time on social media, you can go to anybody's page, whoever's done some murdering of his significant other, and then sometimes killing himself, sometimes killing his kids. And it's going to go across all races of men. What's the first thing people say? Oh my gosh, I would have never thought Bill or Tyrone would have ever been capable of this. He was always so nice. So all the people, including sometimes even the mammy moms, and the dad's a deadbeat, so he can't even have an opinion because he's in he's in Never Never Land somewhere, creating families all over the place. But basically, whoever knew this black male before he murdered everyone, they never saw it coming. They just think he was the sweetest thing, and they're still saying it. Even after he's murdered and probably killed himself as well, committed suicide, they're still on social media saying how great this guy is, and that the wife is lying on him, the ex-wife was lying on him. But then you dig and you find, protective orders, you find, cases that were opened against him years ago because of domestic violence. It's so interesting. Like, I remember I met a guy in Europe, my eldest son's father, And I specifically, this is before the internet was really a thing. And I specifically went to his friends and I said, what type of guy is he? What type of guy is he? Is he a good guy? Am I doing the right thing by giving him a chance? Because he pursued me. Yes, guys, sometimes the guy will pursue the woman. Imagine that. And I was young. I was like in my early 20s, so I really didn't have much experience with the dating, especially outside of my parents' home. It's my first time being on my own, and he was handsome, and people vouched for him. Oh yeah, he's good. He's good people. He's a good man. He's good. He's great. Yeah. They vouched till the cows came home. I mean, I asked a few different people about the character of this person because they knew him. I had just gotten there. I didn't know him. I thought he was cute, but I didn't know him from a can of paint. Time we got together, we had fell in love. We're pregnant with my eldest child. He was telling me how much he loved me. He couldn't breathe without me if we weren't together. And the next thing I know, he is cheating on me. Like, once I'm pregnant, now he's cheating on me. And everything under the sun, short of hitting me. He wasn't abusing me. But then I found out later from his ex-wife that he was very abusive. So I dodged a bullet, I guess, by not marrying, like getting out of it before I guess it got too far. Apparently his ex-wife, he had abused her while she was pregnant in front of their other children. Yeah. But this is the guy that everyone told me he was just this great guy. Wonderful guy. Yeah, give him a chance. Yeah, he's a cool guy. But then as our relationship, once it had unraveled, the truth comes out. People are like, yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. He had this going on. His ex-wife was here and he shipped her back and was cheating on her left and right, and people covered for him. People had lied to me in my face. I was like 20 some years old. Young 20s, like I just turned 20s. I was like in my 20s. I was going on 21, I think. I was almost 22 and I had my son. People covered for this man. People still sit here like this guy right here on that high horse, blaming the women who are dead. That's called victim shaming. Yes, it still applies, even if the victim is a black woman, God forbid, because we know we're not supposed to have any value, right? Just like you would blame if it was a rape victim and she wore a short skirt. What are you going to tell her? You shouldn't have worn that? So you're absolving the perpetrator of any accountability. You're telling them that they can do whatever they want to other people if that other person wears what they want to. Coming out of, like, if they're half naked coming out of the house, now you got what you deserved when he raped you. But why is he raping to begin with? Anyone ever think about that? Like, maybe, I don't know, just throw it out there. Maybe he shouldn't be raping anyone to begin with, because that's like bad. Like, you don't own me, so you shouldn't be raping me. Like, my body is not your property like it used to be when we got married. I'm not supposed to be your property. We're not even married. You're just a stranger on the street. Even if we were married, it's still rape if I said no. Somehow it always falls back in the black woman's lap. Somehow it's still our fault. And the crazy thing is, in this case with Rajay Black, his exes were not even His ex-wife and his girlfriend, they weren't even black. But it had come to the conversation that it's black women's fault somehow. Like, I was in the comments and this guy was defending him, of course, because he's probably an abuser. He's also from Baltimore. Like Rajay Black. And he was like, so he can't date black women, blah, blah, blah. But funny thing is, it came out that neither one of those women were black. And he himself was married to a Hispanic woman. Because it was like, she's like, what do you call Hispanic people? Because she's Hispanic, but she was like Spanish, I guess. Because there could be black Hispanic people too. She was white Hispanic. So it just really angers me. Like, my anger at watching this video was so high. And this is how I responded to him. I didn't know if they would leave this up or not. They're probably going to remove it. But I put, this is sad, under Samantha the Great. I said, this is sad that everyone blames the victims because the victims are black women. Maybe it's the culture, the violent music, movies, etc., which creates these angry, aggressive black males. I put BM. It's time for black women to date out. I have made the decision that I'll take my chances dating out than dating any more angry BM. Black women were raised to tolerate broken black men, and now everyone is acting like this is new. Males have been abusing women forever. Women used to be their husband's property. How fast we all forget that. Maybe there aren't that many quote-unquote good black men, and we aren't psychologists having to figure out all these crazy BM. I just got out of a narcissistic abusive relationship. I didn't know he was crazy until I was pregnant. I didn't even know he was a narcissist until after I was pregnant, because I'm not a psychologist, so I didn't even know what a narcissist would look like in real life. I feel sorry for all these black women who have been conditioned to date BM black men only. And even now, people are giving black men a pass by blaming black women for all the violence black men are committing against black women. It's disgusting. When will it end? When will black males ever be held accountable? When will the quote-unquote good black men talk to the murdering black men? The black fathers leave, the friends make excuses, look the other way, and now the black male YouTubers blame the victims, the black women. It's so angering that I'll never stop speaking out for black women to save yourselves. Date outside your race and get away from these unhinged, psychopathic thugs. And my comment is gone. It's gone. It's gone. Just like that, it is gone. Bye-bye. And then you have all these people in the comments making excuses. There you go. It's a very emotional topic for me. If you can't tell, it's just very triggering, I guess you would say. It hurts me to no end that people are dead because of BM. And nobody even looks at the BM like they're the problem. They look at the woman, the black woman specifically, and they say, what is wrong with you? Why are you picking these men? What are you doing wrong? Like, why don't you know how to pick a good man? This is so crazy. That's just so crazy to me. And this guy is deleting my comments to make it look like people are agreeing with him. But it's okay. I'll tie him into another video. So guys, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video as well. Leave your comments below. I look forward to reading them, and I'm not going to delete them. Peace.